So I did my first session of counseling today. A while back I made a video saying that I made an appointment and that I was gonna go into counseling for my anger issues. And last night I was just terrified, scared, anxiety in every form you can think of, just because it's not easy for me to open up to people face to face, like legit face to face, not like on video chat. Because like when I talk to Donnie, sometimes it's different because I know him. You know, we've not personally, but just we've known each other online so much that we kind of read each other. So Dr. F, that's what I'll call her, Dr. F. She was very nice. She's Chinese, very pretty, very sweet, very soft-spoken, and very, very, very smart. She put me at ease right away because I told her I am really scared to be here right now, and she said, it's okay, I know a lot of people have been in here and, you know, have been nervous, and, you know, I've heard a lot of things that people have said, so, you know, don't psych yourself out into thinking that you're saying anything I haven't heard before. So that kind of put me at ease a bit, because I'm used to people, when I start to talk about how I feel, I get very intense, and I'm used to people saying, okay, enough, get off it, move on, find something else to talk about. You know, I'm so used to being shut down that when I talked to her, I would stop and I would like cover my mouth and like kind of freak out inside. And I would tell her, and I'd say, I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. And she'd be like, no, it's okay, keep talking, you need this, you need to do this. And so, you know, I was able to just say things that I've never said to anybody really, other than like online friends and stuff. Like, I actually spoke the words to another human being face to face that I have been terrified to say. And I said the words emotional abuse to her about my dad. I said those words. And it's like that was the scab I needed to rip off. And it's like the gunk is starting to come out now. It's like, you know, it's not like it's a one-time deal. You know, I'm gonna go next month again. Probably gonna go once a month for a while, because, you know, I have never, not since my grandma died, have I spoken in person to somebody as deeply as I spoke with this lady, who was so kind and nice. And she let me talk. And, you know, I told her, you'll get better answers if you ask me specific questions, like how are you feeling emotionally, which she did ask me, which was great. She just went right to it. So I was able to just talk to her, and just, she listened. She didn't interrupt me, you know, and I told her, you know, I explained I do better with specific questions, like I said. And I told her that sometimes my brain will go faster than what I want to say, and it's like, I think in concepts and sensory stuff before words, and sometimes the thoughts get ahead of my ability to translate. So it's like I'm trying to use Google Translate and the internet went down. And she got that right away. So, you know, and I would like gesture like this, you know, like when I was like trying to say something, but I couldn't get it out. So, you know, I'd do like for some reason it was the ASL sign of O, you know, for the alphabet, the O. I'd be like, you know, and I'd move my hands forward like I'm trying to pull it out of me. And, you know, she would not talk. She would just let me just express it and think of it and process it and then eventually say it. But she would also take like the huge strings of stuff that I would babble out, and she would like translate them into feelings. Like, it sounds like you think that's not fair, right? it sounds like you feel very dismissed and like you feel like you're used to being shut down. Right. I mean, she would listen to me and then she would just concisely state it. And it was like, oh my god, it was incredible. It's like she was just taking this stuff that I was giving her and just turning it into stuff that made sense. And aside from, a couple people that I talk to online, I'm not used to that. And then, I told her, I'm so used to my feelings just not mattering. And I'm so used to feeling like the least important person in the entire universe. Like all the particles, all the waves, all the matter, all the atoms, everything in the universe comes first, and I don't even register because I'm not important enough to register on that. And when I said that, she very quietly said, "But your feelings do matter." She said my feelings really do matter, and that that I'm allowed to express them. And then she said, "I care what you feel." And I started crying right there in the freaking office because I'm so not used to hearing people say they care about how I feel that when they do say it, I don't know how to deal with it because I'm so used to the exact opposite. And I told her that. I told her I'm not crying because I'm sad, because I wasn't. I just didn't know how to deal with it. It's like people that don't know how to handle a compliment because they're so used to being insulted. I know I'm gesturing a lot, but it's mostly stimming. But, and I told her that I get really bad with eye contact when I am emotionally charged. So I was looking at the floor a lot. But she was totally okay with it. I mean, I told her, how I operate and how I can babble and sometimes I get stuck. And she was just so patient and just, she didn't rush me. I felt listened to. That's it. I felt heard. And that is so important. Being heard is so important. And when you've lived your life almost never being heard, when you're actually heard, you don't know how to deal with it. I mean, look at me, I'm an emotional mess because I have stirred up all these things that have been festering inside of me for like 20 years. And it's like, now it's coming out. It's like an ancient blackhead that you're squeezing the stuff out, and the hard stuff has to come out, and then the nasty stuff underneath comes out. And but I went to the counseling. I was terrified. I felt like Clara walking up to face the Raven in Doctor Who. Let me be brave. Let me be brave. And well, that Raven hit me and I spit out a lot of black smoke, but I'm still alive. And I feel like I can finally breathe. 20 years and I can breathe. Do you know what that's like? If you need counseling, go get it. Love yourself enough to get help. Get help. You need it if you need it. If you think you need it, you need it. And if you can afford it, even if you can't, try to find some way to get help to afford it. But if you need counseling, get it, because you're worth it and your mental health is worth it. And I'm finally believing I'm worth it. So please, just love yourself enough to get help. And I'm sorry this video is a huge mess. I am an emotional mess right now. But I did it. I'm doing it. I'm saving myself. And you deserve to save yourself too. Bye.